My friend is bothered by me using pads instead of tampons. My friend and I were hanging out in my apartment, casually watching a movie on Netflix. All seemed well until I needed to change my pad because I had gotten my period the day before. I asked my friend to pause the movie for a moment so I could go to the bathroom. As anyone who has used pads knows, opening the packaging and disposing of the old pad can be quite loud. However, I didn't think much of it as we both experienced periods. When I returned, my friend asked about the noise, and I simply explained that I had to change my pad. She gave me a slightly surprised look and offered to lend me some tampons if I didn't have any. I politely declined, saying that I usually prefer pads. She then began explaining how pads could cause rashes and become smelly over time. I reached a point where I felt enough was enough and, with a forced laugh, told her to just play the movie. She did, but I could sense that she still wanted to say something more. We continued watching the movie, but tension lingered in the air. She would occasionally make comments about instructions on how to insert pads, which I awkwardly nodded along to. Finally, she made a comment about how using tampons would be less complicated, and I told her firmly to drop the subject. Pads had been working fine for me since high school. She let out an annoyed sigh and said okay, implying that I should stick to my adult diapers. I don't quite understand why her remark affected me so deeply, but it did. I am very careful with my hygiene when it comes to using pads. I wrap them in paper before disposing of them, change them when needed, and never experience any odors. It could have been the hormones, but I abruptly turned off the TV. She accused me of making a big deal out of nothing, but I brushed her off and asked her to leave since I had work to do. Reluctantly, she left, and later I noticed she had posted a story on Instagram, obviously aimed at me. It read, "People really get upset at you for giving them basic hygiene tips." I felt a mix of anger and hurt upon seeing it. Edit, I didn't expect to wake up to my post receiving so much attention. Thank you all for your kind and supportive comments. I may not be able to respond to everyone, but I want you to know that I am reading and appreciating all of them. It's comforting to see so many people sharing their thoughts and experiences, which validates my feelings. To address a common suggestion, yes, I am planning to distance myself from my friend. It may seem trivial to her, but I will explain the situation to our mutual friends and block her on all social media platforms. Thank you all once again for your overwhelming support.